My family life was awesome. I had super great parents growing up who, constantly supported me and, really pushed me along in my life. Everything was great until about 1.5 years ago when my dad left. Just one day I came home from church. My mom just sat me down on the couch and said, "Your dad left today." And I remember I was just blown away, because my family life had been great. I thought my parents had this great marriage. Just that shock, that initial pain that I felt when he left, I felt betrayed by the man I trusted the most in our life. Even though he said that he wasn't walking out on us and that he was just leaving my mom, our lives wouldn't change. It still wasn't the same. I still don't have that same relationship with him. There were times I felt lonely because, just not having him there, I would come home and there'd only be 5 seats at the table instead of 6. It really made me stop and question my faith. I had those questions. I was like, why would God allow this to happen to me? I thought everything was going so perfect. My relationship with God, I had a lot of doubts, but I was really able to work through them. And actually, my relationship with Christ grew stronger through it because I know human fathers, earthly fathers, they're going to fall away, they're going to screw up. But God is always going to be there. When my dad left, not that God was never my father before, but I felt him become that to me. I have forgiven my dad, and I realized that he screwed up. It wasn't necessarily something that I wanted to do, because I was angry. I was frustrated with him for the choices he'd made and the way he even treated my brother and my sisters by not making an effort to talk to them after everything happened. My mom, she was amazing, and she told me once, she was like, "Aaron, you have to forgive your dad, whether or not you want to. It's going to affect any relationship you have down the road with anybody because you're going to be holding on to that bitterness." I prayed about it a lot, and I really just felt God tugging on my heart and softening my heart to my dad, and almost giving me a feeling of sorrow for him. And just feeling like, I feel bad for the mistakes he's made. He is my father. Regardless of how much respect I have for him, I still love him. That was kind of the driving force behind me coming to the realization that I had to forgive my dad.